What's going on, Gemini? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a wonderful month so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Gemini, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. And let me tell you why this is such a special time, Gemini. Because it is Celestial News Monthly. I just realized I didn't do the proper build-up that I wanted for that one, Gemini. So I was just like, this is gonna. I could have did that a little bit better. But nature my problem. But Gemini, with this monthly spread, whenever the sun moves into a new sign, we're gonna talk about where the planets are and how we can work with the energies. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force reading on the situation. Okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Gemini. Now I have Zodiac Oracle cards here with each of the signs that the sun and the planets are in. I'm going to pull an Oracle card from this deck here for each one of them, and then we'll get some details with the tarot. Both of these are newer ones, Gemini. I've been enjoying them great, especially this one. This has got a little special, if it comes up for you, we'll talk about it. But before we jump into the scene, Gemini, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that are like watching Gemini, so definitely check them out. Very great energies that they bring. Fantastic readers. I think hopefully you'll like them as much as I do. But before we get into this first card here, let's talk about this little shindig that Sagittarius is throwing in their sign. Because you got the sun that's going to be entering Sag, and then you have Mars that's entering Sagittarius a couple days later. But with the sun entering Sagittarius, this is going to be happening on the 22nd of November at about 9:02 a.m. and that'll be Eastern time. And then we'll be there through the 21st of December. And with this energy here, Gemini, you may feel more inclined to take risk and embrace adventure, because Sagittarius is they're always on the move, seeking out different new experiences, looking for different ways to grow and to just learn about all that this realm has to offer. They're the adventurers of the zodiac, the pioneers, inspiring, journeying into the unknown. But you may also notice too, Gemini, this is a great energy for physical journeys and for intellectual pursuits. And yours can be a sign of travel as well, where it's not quite like Sagittarius. Sagittarius is more kind of like long-term travel, like going to a new country or going to a new continent. Yours is more so about that kind of like going from like your neighborhood to like the city to, and like expanding that way, seeing the details that build up that thing. So, but still travel all the same there. So this could be maybe, just journeying out and going to just newer places that you've never been before. Maybe you got a new cafe that you saw, maybe a new restaurant open up, a new art gallery, museum, park, whatever that's looking like, Gemini. But also too, maybe you've been thinking about wanting to learn a new, because you're a very intelligent sign there, Gemini, along with Sagittarius. And this could be where maybe you want to learn a new skill, pick up a new language, maybe do like some online courses, or maybe even go back to do like the college experience, possibly. Whatever that is, that pursuit for higher learning, being Jupiter ruled, that Sagittarius is all about that there, Gemini. And you may find it easier to speak your mind, which I feel like, being the communicators of the zodiac, that is a definite plus for you as well. So, and you may also notice that you're feeling more optimistic and just this positivity that's just radiating from you there, Gemini. Because I remember last year when the sun entered into Sagittarius, I literally, like the day that it happened, I woke up just inspired. I was working on this little table. It was I wish I would have taken a picture of my setup setup. It was really just, it was really impractical what I was doing there. But I moved to a new space, and it was like, or new part of the living space, and it totally changed the game up. So you may be feeling that too as well there, Gemini. And then you have Mars that's going to be entering on the 24th of November, and will be there through the 4th of January 2024. And with this energy, there's a desire to seek out new experiences and challenges, because Mars is that energy of drive, that passion, that energy. And this is about, again, experiencing new things, getting, and also too, you may notice a willingness to kind of take risk and step out of your comfort zones there, Gemini. So don't be afraid to try new things. Broaden that mind of yours, and get more life experience. But the trickiness, you may notice that you may be more direct and candid in your communication and actions, just because Sagittarius is a very honest sign as well. But sometimes that honesty can come across a little harsh sometimes. I mean, that's where that infamous kind of bluntness comes in with Sagittarius. And I feel like, for a Gemini sun, it might be a little different. I have a Gemini moon. Granted, it's at a very early stage in Gemini, so I tend to, sometimes my mouth gets ahead of my head sometimes. So just something to pay attention to there, Gemini. And the trickiness. Now, I said I got all this positivity geeked up there, but the trickiness with this energy, Geminis, depending on where your placements are at, this is forming an opposition with your sign, because Sagittarius is your opposite sign of the zodiac. And this can bring about tension and conflict, and because you got these two opposing energies trying to fight for dominance in a sense, and it's just like, how do we get them both on the same page? And it's usually that it's either like a relationship or a situation forces you to make a decision. And this could be where the sun is a more neutral energy, but with Mars, this is a malefic energy. So that action and drive, that might be a little bit tougher, kind of venturing out of your comfort zone, finding that positivity and things. So, because opposition is tougher. There's that dissonance that's there. So just something to pay attention to while you're going through this season. But let's go ahead and get into your first card here, Gemini. And I dig this. I want to say Aries got this card too, but you got the Quill of Destiny. And I like this because this card says, write your narrative. You're the author of your life's tale. And I feel with this, Gemini, that this is an opportunity for you to really get into like your magician type of energy, because the magician is your ruler in the tarot. It's Mercury, which we're going to talk about Mercury next. And I feel that this energy is letting you know that if you've been feeling out that you haven't been really in control, or that you've just been sort of aimlessly kind of going through life, this, I feel like, is getting more direction, really actively manifesting, because writing can be a very powerful tool for manifestation, for as far as, like, let's say you want to get a game plan for whatever it is that you're setting out to do, or maybe you just need to just kind of unload your thoughts, because I feel like that anyone that has like Mercury placements, that's whether you have like Gemini or Virgo energy in your chart, or even if you have planets that are in like the 3rd or the 6th house, those type of energies, I feel, benefit from kind of writing out your thoughts, or finding ways of getting your thoughts out from time to time, so that just sort of kind of declutter the mind in a sense. I've actually kind of gotten out of the practice there. That might be something I might even need to get back into there, Gemini. But I do feel that it is remembering that the choices that you make, in you are the author of your story, of your journey. And if things haven't been going how you want, maybe for some, we might have kind of relinquished our power, kind of let others tell us what to do, or have like a sense, like a ghostwriter in a way of letting, of trying to write out your stuff there. But now it's time for you to take that quill and to manifest whatever it is that you want to pursue in life there, Gemini. But let's get to and really kind of get a game plan there. And I feel like that really makes a lot of sense with where your ruler's at. But let's get some tarot on this before we get some details before we get into that. Hmm. I like that. Oh, look at that. All right. Speaking of Aries, interesting. All right, let's see what's going on here, Gemini. So you have the Three of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Chariot, and the Emperor here, Gemini. And let's talk about this Three of Wands here. Oh, maybe. Because the Three of Wands is a card of expansion. I feel like it's that sort of looking out into the world and thinking about where you want to take your chariot. Where do you see your life going? What direction do you have are you trying to guide these horses here? And well, he doesn't have any horses with him. Does he have any horses? He doesn't have any horses with him right now, but it's fine. They're taking a break. But I do feel that this energy is really kind of asking you with the Ace of Cups here to like really kind of pour your heart into the direction that you want to go there, Gemini. Really fulfill your heart's desire. Come into, because now with the Emperor being here, I feel like this is a real kind of confirmation here, or like a reminder that you decide where you want to go on this journey. You can take charge of this thing, and you are in charge of your destiny. And I do feel with the Three of Pentacles and like the Six of Wands that the characters, in a sense, because you're the main character in this story, Gemini, and I feel like the characters that are supporting with you and the ones that you're in that you're partnering with, your friends, your in your actual maybe jobs or careers or whatever that's looking like, family is going to play a big part in this. And pay attention to how these people may be, in a sense, lifting you up, or maybe even, because I feel even with the Six of Wands here that maybe for some we've given this energy to, we've put others people's tales in the forefront and put them on this pedestal, as opposed to really kind of focusing on ourselves, of well, having that reciprocity that is there. So yeah, I feel that this could potentially be, even with the Three of Pentacles, this also can be like a card of like quality work, and like really getting into this working kind of state there, really kind of getting this busy type of energy. So I really feel you can do a lot, because even with like the Six of Wands, the Chariot, these are very high cards of victory and of accomplishment. So just me, I feel like just making sure though that you are being true to your story, to what you actually want to, what your heart's desires are. Get into that manifesting with that intention, and I feel like that can really take you a long way there, Gemini. So I like that. And I feel even for some that there is this, we're just thinking with the Chariot and the Three of Wands here, even the Six of Wands could be like going out on an adventure, that there might be some energies of maybe needing to go places in order to find inspiration, in a sense. Go to visit different, I mean, it doesn't have to be anything I feel drastic per se, but something that could be where we're just maybe journeying to a new city, or maybe taking up a class, just something I feel like to really get these energies type of kind of moving there. So all right then, Gemini, strong start there. Let's get some tea, and let's talk about your ruler. Because Mercury, well, we're in Capricorn energy, so you got Mercury that's in Capricorn, and Mercury's getting ready to do their retrograde dance, and then you got Pluto that's in Capricorn. But with Mercury, let's start with them just entering Capricorn. Now, your ruler will be entering on the 1st of January, 1st of December, And I like when Mercury's in Capricorn because this really brings a heightened ability to think strategically and plan for the future. You know, we were just talking about writing this stuff down there, Gemini, and that's why I feel like this could be a really great energy for you to be in, a really hard working type of energy. Because the the Three of Pentacles, that's Mars in Capricorn, which Mars got a little wild for us in Capricorn, but still very hard working energy. I feel like that's coming through there with that. And you are in an energy, or going to be in an energy of thinking towards the future, thinking about what you want to manifest, really getting that achiever type of energy, and that ambitious type of energy with Capricorn, because they're the hardest working sign of the zodiac. And you may notice too, Gemini, that this is kind of encourages responsible decision making and focus on practical outcomes. So really, this is really kind of cracking down, getting focused, and really harnessing your intention and getting your goals clear. And goals and achievements are going to become more of a central theme for you, Gemini, with your ruler taking on that Capricorn flavor. So just something to pay attention to there. Now with retrogrades, and retrogrades aren't something that is meant to be feared. You know, retrograde energy just slows things down, and just allows you to process the energy that you're in. And Mercury goes retrograde the most out of all the planets. So, you know, you're looking at least 3 times a year that Mercury's going retrograde, and that really affects you as a sun and a moon sign, but really as if you're a Gemini rising, because that's your chart ruler. So retrograde energies are a time to really kind of pay attention to where your mind's at there, Gemini. But this can be Mercury retrograde, just in general, can be a tricky energy for communication. You know, you may find yourself and I feel like being especially mindful with us being in Sagittarius season as well. Just be mindful of communication, really thinking before we're speaking, and not just like kind of be aware of that glibness, that because you and Sagittarius, kind of where Sagittarius is blunt, Gemini is glib. You know, like it's just sort of like just say things that it's just like, oh daggers out for no reason. It's just like, oh, my bad. So just something to be mindful of that, Gemini. Also, technology may be a little wonky during this period of time. So it's just like, if we are expecting any sort of like important emails or anything along those lines, or any sort of messages, just pay attention to that as well. And even travel can be a little weird during retrograde season, so something to just pay attention to there also, Gemini. But more specifically with retrograde in Capricorn, this is going to happen on the 13th of December, and this is a great time to reevaluate your long-term plans, career objectives, and personal aspirations. Are you living your truth? Are you walking the path that you've set out for yourself? And if not, what do we need to tweak? What do we need to change? How do we get back on track with that? But this is also too, because Capricorn is a very hardworking sign, making sure that we're finding balance between our professional responsibilities and our personal lives. Because what's the point of building up this amazing empire if we can't enjoy the stuff, we really reap what we've sown? So just making sure that we have that work smart, play smart balance there, Gemini. And then also there may be an increased sense of duty and focus on fulfilling obligations. This is again very driven energy when it comes with Capricorn. They're very principled, very patient, very strategic. All about when they set their mind on a goal, they're going to accomplish it. So really utilize this energy to your advantage. And then also we have, I was about to almost forget about Pluto, and I bet he would have felt some kind of way. Pluto is going to be in Capricorn until till Aquarius season, the 20th of January, 2024. And this can lead to power shifts, or excuse me, to shifts in power dynamics. Because when the outer planets move, Jupiter I would include in that, but when we're talking, I'm really thinking like, Saturn on down. Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. When those outer planets move, because they do take a long time before they shift over. These really do affect us on a global type of standpoint. These are really kind of generational. And Jupiter you can couple in with that too, because since he stays in about a sign for about a year to 13 months. But Yeah, we really feel this on a global standpoint as well, Gemini. And there's going to be a breakdown of outdated systems. We really are changing. We're going from that sort of corporate authoritarian type of energy that Capricorn brings. And now we're getting into a more humanitarian type of energy, a more energy of freedom and of innovation and of really looking towards the future. So really interesting energy. I feel like this how this transition is going to go. But you may also notice too that there is a heightened sense of responsibility towards societal and global issues. So with these voids that are getting ready to come into place, Gemini, it's just like how are we going to fill that energy or fill that space up? So but let's go ahead and get an oracle on this and get some more energy on that. Oh, all right. All right, Gemini. So, this card's been going. These couple of these cards have been going around a little bit. So you have the dawn of discovery here, which this card says every sunrise heralds a new adventure. Embrace the journey of self discovery, and I like this, Gemini. And actually, now that I'm reading this, we may not have gotten this one yet, but I do feel like that is very appropriate for Sagittarius season. This is thinking about really who you want to be, because Capricorn energy, they're associated with the 10th house, which deals with that like kind of Six of Wands energy. Like how how do we want others to see us? What is our legacy looking like, in a sense? Because even when you think about the 10th house, that's the highest place of the chart, and that's the side that everyone sees you, like that's your midheaven, your career path. My midheaven's in Taurus, and it takes a while with that energy to kind of come to fruition, but that's just a little sidebar there. But this is we're in an energy of embracing new ideas and new adventures and going out. Every day is a chance to write your story there, Gemini, to create your destiny and discover different facets of yourself that you hadn't explored before, and really kind of grow into this highest vibration of you. Get into that emperor energy. So I feel this season is really just like greeting the day with gusto, with like this energy of I welcome all the abundance and opportunities that the universe brings to me, and just can really connect with source to find where your higher purpose is leading you there, Gemini. It's very beautiful. But let's get some tarot on this. Ha! Look at that. Absolutely. Yep. Alright, hold on, Gemini. So let me not just do that all day. Hold on. But it's kind of hard not to, because, man. Thank you. Hey, Gemini. Oh, yes. We're going to talk about. That's good, girl. So, I like this setup here. Oh, ladies. let's talk. Excuse me. So you have the Seven of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Fool, the High Priestess, and the Empress here. And now, just keep in mind here, Gemma. Let's talk about the Empress, because there are two Empresses in this deck. There are two Empresses and then two of Cups in this deck. Now, but there are differences with these Empresses, and both do give off a different type of energy. Because this is a more inexperienced type of Empress, like really kind of she's just really discovering her power and her abundance, and that what she can create and all the opportunities that are at her disposal. And I feel that this is really taking that leap of faith there, Gemini, and really tuning into, I feel, your higher selves, really making that. I'm getting like your energy, the Lovers, and communicating with your spirits, however you connect to source, the angels, the deities, God, higher self, spirits, and ancestors, and really communicating, your desires, your wishes, your dreams, and actively putting that out there, because I feel that that is going to really help get you in an inspired state to really see all the things that you are capable of and that you don't limit yourself, and then get into that, take that energy and then nurture that with the Empress, build that security, and just build that, or excuse me, build that foundation, and then expand on that, allow your world to just become all the beauty of your, of what you want to accomplish in this goal or accomplish on this journey. Because I love that the Fool popped up here with that, and that you're gonna be, it even feels like with like the combination of this full moon energy, that because the Fool is Uranus energy, that I'm even getting this sort of like, it's almost like tower energy in that you have these like this inspired energy, that these downloads that are going to come in, and that you're just, things are, the energies are just going to start lining up a lot easier for you here, Gemini. But again, we got to tune into source and beware of distractions with the Seven of Cups as well, and try not to get overwhelmed with this energy that comes through and the opportunities that may come through. Just follow your heart and trust your gut as far as like where this energy is trying to lead you. So I'm with that. I think I'm gonna, let's see how I'm gonna do this. Let's put you here. All right, Gemini. Now, speaking of the Empress, let's talk about Venus. Because Venus is going to be entering Scorpio on the 4th of December, and then will be there through the 29th of December. And with this energy, Gemini, this encourages us to explore deeper layers of our emotions and our desires. So again, maybe write some of this stuff down with this, you know, what your goals are, what you want to achieve, maybe over this next this next zodiac season, or maybe even 6 months out, a year out, however long you want to do this, and just getting into that, just really kind of pulling up to the surface like what you really want to do, because Scorpio brings those darker things, or things we keep hidden from ourselves, up to the light. But also too, you may notice that relationships may go through significant changes, because Scorpio, their biggest thing is that they are a sign of change, and we're always changing, Gemini, and always evolving. So, and I feel like this is not even just like for you, like the relationship with others, but this can even be just your relationship with yourself as well, getting in more in tune with your higher powers there. Oh, but excuse me there, Gemini, and that actually had dawned on me that you do have divine counterparts here with the Emperor and the Empress here. So that might even be for some where maybe we're taking things to a next level, possibly, whether this be, you know, maybe we're moving in with someone, or maybe we're thinking about getting married, or maybe even possibly maybe even thinking about starting a family. So yeah, a lot of changes that can come in with this energy. But you may also feel inclined to explore areas of love and intimacy in a more deeper and open kind of way. This I really feel, especially for those of you, if you are in a relationship, to really, because you do have very loving and passionate energy here with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands there. And a little steamy there, Gemini. But I feel with that, this can be a great energy for you as well, to just really take those energies, even if we're not, you know, just being a little more intimate, be a little more open, more vulnerable with your partners there, you know, because Scorpio is about that trust as well. So just something to think about there, Gemini. But let's get an oracle on this. Oh, interesting. All right, Gemini. So you have the Sands of Time here. And this card says, moments are fleeting, yet each grain of sand builds the dunes of our life story. And how interesting. Like, I feel like you literally are just kind of writing this your story out in front of me here. Because I feel with this energy that it is where yes, time, that these moments in time and thing, like every single moment that we go through can feel fleeting, but that doesn't, I feel like, it doesn't reduce how significant these moments can be. And I feel there is this energy of needing to really be present with everything that's going down in your journey, and appreciating every moment that happens of self-discovery, of when you run into a challenge, of when you are in a victory, and see how all of those energies together really kind of form this beautiful story that is you. And be, I feel like, trying not to let that, because even when we get out of those moments, there can even be like it's almost like we're mourning the change, as opposed to appreciating that the moment is happening, and then appreciating that there are going to be more energies, more moments to come. I'm getting very kind of like a Six of Cups type of energy that's coming through here. But, and I feel like, all situations that happen from this point on, Gemini, whether they're positive or negative, realizing that they do shape the whole, that the whole being that is you, and that they have played their role to ultimately get you towards your higher vibration. Is just like, how we interpreting this wisdom that has come our way. But let me get some tarot on this. I'm even getting like one of your cards for me, the King of Swords that's coming through there. This wisdom that's coming through with as the sands of time pass over there. But I even feel that that could even be something very symbolic for you to do, Gemini, if you happen to be around some sand or like a beach or something, where you can kind of just take your hands and just like think about how we're just reflecting on how fleeting sometimes can be, and letting that too. I'm even getting this energy just because you have the High Priestess and the Chariot here, which is the Chariot's Cancer, and the High Priestess is the Moon, which rules over Cancer. Both energies can deal with the past, and allowing yourself not to get stuck in the past, but in order to let that energy to appreciate it for what it was, but to just not to get caught up in it. But well, let me finish getting your tarot cards here. Oh, and look at that, another little Cancerian energy for me there, Queen of Cups. Hold on, let's see what's going on here. And there's Sag. I dig it. So you have the Temperance card, Sagittarius, the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and then the Queen of Cups here, Gemini. And I like that the Queen of Cups popped up here, because the Queen of Cups, she is one that values all of her experiences, because they've made her the compassionate, powerful, intuitive that she is standing before you. And I do feel that with the Eight of Wands, this is very fast moving energy, and it can feel sometimes that I feel like that time can move fast or more. I feel like it's interesting with the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. It's because the Knight of Pentacles is considered the slowest moving knight of the knights, and with this Eight of Wands, I feel like that combination of the slow and this fast moving energy, it's realizing that time, it's all a matter of perception. Time is just going by at the same pace no matter what we're doing, no matter what time change is going on through the seasons. It's all the same intervals. It's just what we're doing with that during these moments that makes it whether I feel like time is moving slow or moving fast. And it's that level of presence that is going on there. And I feel with the Eight of Pentacles is getting in that routine, finding that moderation with the Temperance, a balance of not getting too stuck in the past or the future, but just being here, presence, and that will really help your manifestation. Really get your energies in harmony. And I feel with the Knight of Pentacles as well, it's getting this game plan for what you want to do all this time, wherever you're at on your journey. That amount of time has passed. Now, what do we want to do with the amount of time that we have allotted to us? We don't know what that's looking like, but that, and it's not even like an energy of getting you in this not meant to be like something to be afraid of, there, Gemini, but it's to appreciate the how precious this journey can be, and that these experiences are shaping, we're spirits going through this human experience, and even when our journey here is done, we are still infinite beings and immortal beings of energy, in a sense. And very, very spiritual, Gemini. This is how your reading's going. So I feel like, even, yeah, just I think I'm gonna leave that there. So yeah, I like that, Gemini. Something to think about. And I feel like paying attention to, with the Eight of Wands as well. Paying attention to any sort of, this could be a card of messages as well, and paying attention to, just again with Mercury retrograde, paying attention to your messages, kind of checking out, make sure that we're not missing things, but also pay attention to the messages that you receive from your ideas, your intuitive guidance and things. So, because I feel like that's going to be very important for you. But now let's get a little more tea, and let's talk about Taurus. Because you got Big Papa Jupiter that's in Taurus, and then you have Uranus, the Fool card, that's also going to be Taurus, and both are still retrograde. Now, Jupiter's going to be retrograde until the 30th of December. And with this, it's a great energy for reevaluating your approach to wealth, to investments, to material comfort. Just checking over, just overall, your long-term stability. Any areas that you're not feeling secure in, how can we get that back on track? How can we get you to get that foundation more solidified for you there, Gemini? And it's taking that abundant energy that Jupiter does bring and stretching that out for the long term. Where Taurus energy does slow things down a little bit, that's because so we can make sure we're taking care of it or handling it with extra care, and really being intentional with what we're trying to manifest. And then you have Uranus that's going to be retrograde until the 27th of January 2024. And there's been so many changes with Uranus being in Taurus, and I feel like that's a harder one for Uranus, for Taurus to handle, because Uranus does look towards the future, and it brings about this sense of freedom, and it does bring about this kind of out of the left field type of change there, almost similar to kind of like Scorpio in a sense, like how they bring about change. But we've already had changes, and there's only going to keep evolving with changes in our currency, in our investments, in our economic structure, all of that, even with our environment, even because Taurus can deal with the environment as well. And there may even be a heightened awareness for environmental issues. Maybe you want to do like a beach cleanup, or maybe reduce your carbon footprint, whatever that might be looking like there for you, Gemini. So, but it's even thinking about these sort of innovative ways of investment, and having that sense of security, and having that self-esteem in what you're planning there, Gemini. But let's go ahead and get some tarot on this, or excuse me, get an oracle on this. Alright, Gemini, let's see. Oh, interesting. We were just talking about nurturing some stuff. So you have the Nest of Nurture Nest of Nurture card here. And this card says, care and compassion are the cornerstones of growth. Foster a nurturing environment for yourself and for others. And Gemini, I do feel that for some, if you, and I like that this popped up during or for this energy. If you don't feel that your environment isn't nurturing what you want to achieve, whether this be, like when I say environment, I even feel like maybe for some, maybe this is like your workspace isn't. And I'm not, never tell you to quit your job there, Gemini. But maybe for some, we're thinking about maybe possibly changing jobs or maybe even kind of pursuing our careers, considering that your ruler is in Capricorn. Maybe there's been this shift towards that. Or maybe we're feeling like our environment, maybe where the space that we're living at isn't doing it. So maybe we're thinking about moving elsewhere, maybe moving to maybe a more populated area, maybe moving away to a more kind of a countryside type of thing. However, that maybe even suburb, but I do feel that this is an energy of with how with these things that I feel you may be kind of thinking about, Gemini, because these really do feel like some bigger type of energies that you're getting into, which is again very appropriate for Sagittarius, but can be very overwhelming, especially if we don't feel that we're on track with where we want it to be. Maybe you expect it to be further along on your journey than you are. And I feel like it's honoring where you're at because everything happens in divine time. You're exactly where you need to be at this moment in time, and that if you're the fact that you're even having these sort of thoughts and things is fantastic because you're wanting to grow, you're trying to expand, and so create a safe space even within yourself of fostering that kindness, that gentleness, that softness, that we don't beat yourself up, and that you just respect the place that you're at right now, and knowing that you don't have to stay stuck or not feel like we're where we need to be. But let's get some tarot on this. And considering that we were talking about that a little bit with the Six of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, both kind of cards of like collaboration in a sense. Just being mindful of the people that like, are they even creating like this nurturing environment? I mean, again, like a Seven of Wands energy, where it's just being careful that they're not like necessarily bringing you down or keeping you in this sort of overly criticizing energy or anything like that. But let's see what's going on here, Gemini. Alright, so you have the the Four of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and then I was talking about this energy earlier, and then one of your cards for me, the King of Swords here, Gemini. And I'm getting for some that there might be this energy here of just considering again too that you have the Emperor, the Empress. The Four of Wands can be a card of marriage. There's this nest here. Maybe for some we might be building. I feel like this familial type of energy that's coming through. Maybe we want to start a family or creating an environment for welcoming new life in. So that might be an idea that might be kind of popping up in your head there, Gemini. And if so, congratulations. But I do even feel with this energy here, Gemini, that it's like with the Six of Cups, Page of Swords energy, that it's like this almost this energy of because just when I'm thinking about with that care and compassion, with that nest of nurture, I feel like there might have been some past ideas, or maybe even even like maybe some conversations that may have happened or may happen that I feel like gets you almost in this state of doubt with the Four of Cups. And that's interesting that that's coming through there like that. That I might need to get a little bit more on this Four of Cups here, but there's something I feel like that is something from a past situation that may need some care in a sense, that's needing to be dealt with, a certain idea, something we haven't necessarily learned from, or that we need to gain some sort of insight on, with the King of Swords being here. And yeah, let me get a little bit more on this on the I'm going to get a little bit on both the Four of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles here. Let me start with the Four of Cups here, Gemini. Alright, so that's for the Four of Cups. Let me get a little bit more on this Queen of Pentacles here. So with the let's just going with this Four of Cups. Oh, there's Big Papa, and a lot of majors that popped up through here, Gemini. So you have the Four of Cups is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, and I feel with this, Gemini, and that's interesting because the Four of Cups is the Moon in Cancer, and you got the Moon and you have Cancer. And so I feel like there's something here where there can be this abundance that is coming from this environment that we're in. It's because I almost feel like that for some, it's like it's not that you haven't cared for that energy, but like as far as like your home space, but I do feel that there's something here that maybe hasn't been healed, like a certain thing that's keeping us stuck in a cycle, that's preventing us from really grasping at this destiny that you're writing. We're just focusing on the fact that time is just passing on in a sense. And yeah, there's something here that's needing this kind of Queen of Cups energy, that nurturing type of energy, that healing energy. And then with the Queen of Pentacles here, she's clarified by the Moon and the Strength card. And I feel with that there's a need for this confidence here with the Strength card to journey into. I feel for some, when we're talking about that dawn of discovery, that maybe there's something that's within that's needed to be evaluated, that we may have kind of walled ourselves off from. But if we were to tap into that, and as it makes sense there, Gemini, I'm not saying we need to force this thing, but if there's something that we've been repressing, maybe a certain memory or a certain experience that we haven't quite healed from, that there is a lot of abundance that can come from that. Maybe we tell ourselves we don't care about something that's happened, but really it's really affecting you more than you realize, and it's preventing you from maybe creating this environment on the outside because internally we haven't found that balance within there. I hope that makes sense. But I think I'm gonna leave that there, Gemini. So I feel just a little something to think about. Yeah, this is I feel like a very deep reading for you here, Gemini. Oh, in Gemini, excuse me, that just kind of dawned on me too. Do you realize you got all the fire signs here, Gemini? Aries, the Emperor, Temperance, Sagittarius, and Leo. The Strength card here. And I feel with all that heat that you're bringing there, Gemini, that this energy is one of fire. Energy is one of creation, one of manifestation, and it's like our energy. And I feel that it's something I feel like is trying to be nurtured into existence, whether this be a family or maybe a new idea or maybe a career change or something that is just something I feel like is trying to change here, or trying to get you to tap into something to get you inspired in a sense. So because I do feel like it is not that you need to rush, but it's like time is of the essence. You're just like in this energy of Hmm. Your time needing to create something, or learning a newer, newer side of you here. Maybe even kind of journaling these energies, that these moments that are happening here. But let's talk about this last energy, which is Pisces. Because you got Saturn that's in Pisces, and then Neptune's getting ready to go direct in Pisces. So Saturn is going to be in Pisces until we'll be talking about Saturn and Neptune in Pisces for a little while longer, till about 2025. Got about another year or so, and with Saturn in Pisces, one of the aspects of this energy is, Saturn is a very disciplined type of energy, and it's taking that imaginative energy that Pisces has and manifesting that, literally making your dreams come true. I feel it's like it's Saturn's just asking you what it is that you want, and then take that fire there, all that heat that you have, all that literally that you have there, Gemini, and getting that going, putting that, channeling that towards your goals. But also, there's could be a challenge with boundaries, just because Pisces is very compassionate energy. They have a love, being that one of their rulers is Neptune, and along with Jupiter there. Um, it can be hard to establish those boundaries sometimes with Pisces. So that's something to pay attention to, Gemini. And I really feel like just like making it a point to just connect with source, getting into that more like disciplined practices, doing some meditation, journaling, getting to some creative endeavors, whatever that's looking like for you. And then you have Neptune that's in Pisces till 2025, and with this energy, this is great for creative expression. And Gemini, you are a very creative sign. Being how smart you are, and being how quick your mind works. And I feel like just how you can, again, to be the communicators of the zodiac, to communicate from, because you're a sign of duality, just like Pisces. And because I even feel like for some, maybe there's this energy of needing to share your story, in a sense, whether this be through just writing your book, or maybe even starting like a video, or whatever that's looking like there, Gemini. But then this energy is also excellent time for practices of like meditation, and even dream analysis and things. So yeah, really, really spiritual energy that these two are bringing over these next little over a year that we have with this energy. So make the most of this. And the trickiness with this energy, just like with Sagittarius, depending on where your Gemini placements are, this is forming a square with your sign. Now Neptune's pretty far along in Pisces, so you'll need your date of your time of birth to know exactly where that's happening. But Saturn he retrograded right back to the beginning of Pisces, and it's going to be smooth sailing from there. Well, it's going to be sailing from there, just because Saturn is a malefic planet, and with that tough energy of the squares, this brings about conflict, challenges, delays. It's tough, but I feel like it's the universe that's toughening you up. Getting you able to tap into different resources, learning new things about yourself, and unlocking different resources and skills that you can with like your Queen of Pentacles here. So just something to just take note of there, Gemini. But let's get your last oracle card here. Thank you. Oh, interesting, Gemini. I like this. So you have Harmony's Echo here. And this card says, find solace in the synchronicities of life. They're the universe's way of confirming your path. And I love that, Gemini. That's a very strong finish there. So you're in a very, very spiritual energy right now. And that's interesting, because you're being challenged by, at least your Gemini planets are being challenged by two very spiritual signs in Sagittarius and with Pisces. And I do feel that there is paying attention when you do find yourself out of sync or feel like you're not on track. It's it is paying attention to those little signals that your higher self gives you that you are on the right track. And maybe looking for, when you think about, like, if you notice, like, maybe repeating numbers, possibly look into that, find out what the reason for those are. I've been seeing a lot of synchronicities here, as far as, like, double number, like, let's say like 1111, because you have that here. Interesting, Gemini. You have that here. Oh, where are you? In the four. Oh, right in front of me. In the Four of Wands. Usually, this is like the 1111 card. So you're getting ready. That's passing through a portal. So that might even be one that's important for you there, Gemini. So you got quite a few threes here, quite a few fours, you got double eights there. Um, so you do triple eights there, Gemini. So you do have, I feel like, paying attention to those different signs. Or maybe if you've been thinking about travel, you may notice that, like, you see posts, like a random, like, billboard that's talking about different flights, or just things that are like different confirmations that are trying to lead you toward those goals. Pay attention to that. Really kind of tune in to that universal energy. I love that she's got these headphones there, tuning into the universe, connecting with source. Listen to those messages, because again, you do, I feel like, have a special connection, being a sign of duality, and bringing those energies on the same page there. But let's get your last tarot cards here. Oh, there is hubby. Synchronicities. We were talking about the Magician right at the beginning. There's your ruler. Interesting, Gemini. All right, hold on. Let me get this last card here. Oh, okay. All right, cool. We're good. So you have hubby here, King of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and then the Magician here, Gemini. And then let's switch back over, because I feel with this, Gemini, after the High Priestess and the Hierophant, the King and Queen of Cups are of the court cards, they're the most powerful intuitives. They're very in tune with their emotions. And I feel there is, the King. And I do like that you have both the King of Swords and the King of Cups here, because they both represent different aspects of wisdom. Where the King of Swords is the logical part of that wisdom, the King of Cups is the emotional. And I feel like it's like when those, and it's just like two energies, two opposing, like opposite energies there, that duality coming together to form this harmony, this Magician energy, and really getting you in this state of where you can tackle any problems head on there with the Knight of Swords, come through there facing challenges confidently. And I feel like it's not getting weighed down by the challenges that will come, because this is kind of, you are in during this season in a bit of challenging energies a little bit with these aspects that are forming with your planets. But it's not meant to keep you bogged down. If anything, this is just like making sure too that we are taking care of ourselves, because this can be the Ten of Wands can be a card of just being burnt out there, Gemini. And that throws you even out of whack with your spirits. So making sure that, I feel like it's a mix. It's like you might be kind of taking on a lot on your plate, I feel, with this discovering yourself, maybe having these kind of epiphanies as far as like where you want to take your journey, but just finding that balance as well, that it's not just all about the work, that we are maybe making some time for a little, maybe even some love there, Gemini, just because that's cool that you got the Emperor and the Empress, the King and Queen of Cups. It's hmm, that's interesting. I even got in my head, it's just like magic is in the air. Like it's that's sweet, Gemini. So just something to I feel like this could, it may be a little bit of a tougher one, but I do feel like it's not, you aren't just going to be where you're not getting abundance. It's just that it's discovering that again, and then appreciate, I like this, but I think I'm gonna leave that there, Gemini. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there. So if you like that, Gemini, give it a thumbs up and share this, because I do feel that this is one where, yeah, it's an interesting energy. I do feel like it's like you're tuning into source, learning about yourself, kind of rewriting your story in a sense, like a time of just like kind of like reevaluation. I feel like it's coming with this energy here, Gemini. And then subscribe there, musician, you of life, and I was gonna call you a magician. And hit that bell button, get notified when I release videos each week. And then last little bit, look at you getting some hot. Almost forgot where I was at, Jennifer. Forgot my language. But you got the Chariot, the hottest ticket by ruler, the High Priestess, the lovely Queen of Cups. Can't you got all this Cancerian energy? But if you have any Cancer in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, come on over to the Chariot and friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We absolutely discuss. Oh, you got all the lunar shenanigans too. High Priestess, Pisces. We discuss lunar shenanigans even when they're Pisces, silly Pisces. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here, so I can get you manifesting your 10 of Pentacles there, Gemini. You got 10 Pentacles here. And that's where I feel like your energy is getting ready to go to. You're thinking about this long-term stuff here, syncing up, and I want to say we were talking about that. It's and even when you think about the Queen of Pentacles, she's a cool intuitive how she works. So she literally takes what she loves and she creates it. She's not she's and that's where where they say like she's like a card of resources. She is very resourceful, and she is a planner. She feels where the energies are at. She syncs up with the universe, and she knows when it's time to take action and when it's time to take time for self. So, because the Queen of Pentacles for me, that's Capricorn energy, and yeah, you're in a very hard working place right now. You can make your dreams manifest, change up where you want to go. So take advantage of this energy, Gemini. It's not like when this goes away that you're just, when Mercury moves out of Capricorn, you're just going to lose it. It's just a reminder of how you're a ruler and how you operate when you're under that influence of Cap. So, yeah, just pay attention to that, Magician. Very dope energy that's coming through. But let me get your other Oracle card here so I can get you out of here. Oh, all right. Thank you. Oh, interesting, Gemini. All right. So you got the birth card here. And so again, if we are looking for babies, Queen of Cups, the Empress, this nurture card. I mean, the Emperor, Empress, like, come on, Gemini. All the signs are there for, I feel like for taking that leap, deepening that Venus and Scorpio, taking that relationship to the next level. But if we're not looking for babies, Gemini, let's be mindful. A lot of fertile energy here. But also, Gemini, there's a lot of fertile energy here in the sense of that you can manifest. Like, this is an idea to birth a new project, to start a new career, to start a new chapter. This birth is newness that's coming through here, this fresh type of energy. And I mean, because even something as incredible as birth is a fleeting moment. You know, so it's just like, and it's cherishing that moment. It's not letting that be where it's just like, oh, that's it. No, it's just like, oh, really, like just taking it all in, being, what are you smelling, you know, what are you hearing, what are you feeling, you know, just like really being along for the journey. What did I say? What are you hearing? What are you hearing? With your headphones there, and you know what too, with your headphones, to making a moment to unplug there, Gemini. That's interesting, but making a moment to just kind of unplug there and really be again just in the present moment. But I think I'm gonna leave that there, Gemini. So just a little something to think about. But you stay safe out there. This self discovery, maybe going to the beach, you know, whether however you're writing your destiny, just be safe out there, and you raise your vibration through the roof. Because this is very cool. Yeah, like this is the dawn of a new you. You know, where do you want destiny to take you? Wheel of Fortune. Where is that leading you, Gemini? And I will catch you on the next one. Later. I enjoyed my time with you, Gemini. Since we're talking about appreciating this moment, I enjoyed this energy. So, thanks for that.